mocks and mocks and mocks and previous year questions. So I solved each and every question of each section, VRC, DILR, and PY and QA from the previous year questions. I created my own formula sheet, concept sheet. So what my daily routine looked like, covering at least one paper, one previous year questions, and if I am able to, then 2 mocks. One mock is daily, one mock daily, one PYQ daily, and if I'm able to, then second mock as well. Mocks are important because, again, analogy I'll give is of a COVID vaccine. COVID vaccine, if you remember, used to hurt a little bit when you have to take a shot of it. But that little pain can help you from getting infected in COVID. So the COVID is your D-Day. If you take a little pain while solving mocks, you will be very well doing during your CAT D-Day. So it's like a vaccine for you. Take the pain, because a lot of people get disheartened by looking at low marks and low scores in mock papers. Don't get disheartened. This take them as a vaccine or a let's say preemptive measure from COVID-19. You will have little bit pain, but eventually you will survive. So take that pain, enjoy that pain, because just think that you are going to survive excellently, beautifully, gracefully on the D-Day when the CAT is to happen. Mock doesn't just help in practicing; it also helps you in time management and structuring. By structuring, I mean strategy. How you are going to attempt the paper. Are you going to solve RCs first? Are you going to solve the VA first? Are you going to do algebra question first, or are you going to do start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What is your strategy going to be like? How much time are you going to devote per question? All these things come when you practice questions through mocks. So this is the prerequisite of before going to CAT. I won't recommend a number of mocks that you should do, because I personally didn't do more than 30, 35-ish. But a lot of people say you should give 50 plus, 100 plus. I won't comment on that. Do as many as you can. It's similar to solving QA questions. Do as many as you can. Right. So this is done. Section wise is done and mocks is done. How to evaluate a mock? This is also very important. So I use a concept called potential score. So let's say I solve a mock. I secure approximately 45 to 50 marks. Now, is the 45 to 50 marks my highest potential that I could have scored? Probably not. Because what I'll say, okay, keeping the same level of knowledge that I have, keeping the same skill set that I have right now, if just the time limit had been, removed or eliminated from the pattern, how much would I have scored? If that score is, let's say, 80 and my actual score is 50, then you need to work a lot on your mocks, because that means you are panicking or doing silly mistakes just because there is a time barrier in the exam. You know the concept, you know the formula, everything you know. You have practiced enough. It's just that you are panicking in a situation. So you need to work, you need to give more mocks. So how I define the maximum number of mocks that you should give is when your potential score and your actual score is same. The difference between them is 0. Once your actual score is equal to your potential score, that day you can say that, okay, with the current level of knowledge, the current level of formula set, with the current level of practice level, with the current level of skill set, I can score 90 marks in CAT. Then you are good to go. All the best. Enjoy your CAT paper. This is what I think should be the maximum number of mocks that you should give.
Me, the preparation was just go do the mocks and then analyze them. So I'll just give this one tidbit which helped me a lot in analyzing it. Create 2 broad categories of each single question. हर question पे you have to mark whether this question was conceptually clear to you or not. ठीक है, 2 big वो हो गया divisions कि concept आता था या फिर नहीं आता था. अब अगर concept आता था तो क्या वो question सही हुआ या फिर गलत हुआ? अगर concept आता था और question सही हुआ तो go and check कि और कोई efficient तरीका है करने का. Did it take me more time than it required? कि अगर वो 1 मिनट का तरीका था और मुझे 3 या 3.5 मिनट्स लग गए तो maybe I can learn something new. तो इस तरह देखना है. और सेकंड कैटेगरी, कॉन्सेप्ट आता था बट क्वेश्चन गलत हो गया. अब दिस इज अ ब्लंडर. यहाँ पे सब रेड फ्लैग्स क्रिएट हो जाने चाहिए कि क्या दिक्कत हो गई, क्या कोई सिली मिस्टेक थी या फिर कंसेप्चुअली क्लैरिटी अपेरेंटली नहीं थी. तो ये इस वाला जो कैटेगरी है इसको एकदम शार्पली एनालाइज करना है कि ये कैसे गलत हो गया. ऐसे दिल पे चोट लगनी चाहिए इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन से कि ये वाला कैसे गलत हो गया. सेकेंड ब्रॉड कैटेगरी जो कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी नहीं थी जिन क्वेश्चंस की, वहां पे भी 2 कैटेगरीज आएंगी कि या तो करेक्ट हुआ या फिर इनकरेक्ट हुआ। अब करेक्ट हुआ तो मतलब आपने कुछ इंटेलिजेंट गेसिंग की थी वहां, तो चेक कि व्हाई डिड दैट गेस वर्क और कैन इट बी एक्सटेंडेड टू फ्यूचर क्वेश्चंस ऑफ दिस टाइप, और इफ इट डिड नॉट वर्क व्हाई डिड इट नॉट वर्क। ठीक है, इस तरह देखने। और लास्ट कैटेगरी कि कॉन्सेप्ट भी नहीं आता था और गलत भी हो गया। तो दिस इज अ टॉपिक विच शुड बी स्टडीड if like if it's a subsection of the topics that you wish to cover. For example, कुछ लोग होते हैं नंबर थ्योरी आया नहीं आता था, मार्क भी नहीं किया, गलत भी हो गया, तो उन फिर भी नहीं देखेंगे। तो इट इज अप टू यू। इफ आई वुड बी इन योर केस आई वुड सी एटलीस्ट द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, कि अगर कुछ बेसिक्स था जो कि कवर हो सकता था तो आई विल कवर दैट। तो या लास्ट 2 months रिंस एंड रिपीट, मॉक्स दो, मॉक्स एनालाइज करो, एंड नेक्स्ट डे हमारी 4 चारों कैटेगरीज जो भी मेंशन की उनको इंडिविजुअली देखो, and then next mock.
Towards it. And the second aspect is mocks. I from July or August, I gave 2 mocks every weekend, right? So by the time CAT came, like I had done 45-50 mocks at least. And I personally believe that mocks is the best way that someone can learn. So for my QAT 2022 attempt, I had prepared for 3 weeks. That's it. And I only gave one mock every day. With that, by giving a mock, and obviously the more important factor is analyzing the mock. So you give a mock and then you go and analyze it. You go and analyze and you see whatever your mistakes, you solve questions so that you understand the formulas again, right? Once you do that, like I was able to score 98 percentile just by doing 3 weeks worth of mock. That's how important mocks are. So be structured, give your mocks sectionals on weekends. And given that 6-week window that I talked about, right? Dedicate that entirely towards your mocks and sections. I believe that though is literally the best practice that you can give yourself. Not just in terms of the questions you're solving, but also the time. So if my slot was like the afternoon slot, I used to sit in front of the computer at 12 o'clock. So that from 12 to 12:30, I'm not doing anything. And then from 12:30 to 2:30, I'm giving that mock. So you try to simulate as much as you can the actual on-day conditions, because a lot depends on your actual on-day conditions. In the end, it's one day. That is unfair to anyone who's prepared and worked hard for it. But all you can do is try to control the variables and make the most of it. My strategy was trying to like do the question, like whatever I had planned during the day before I went to office. So my office used to start fairly late at 11. So whatever time that I have to give, right? Like whether it's 2 hours or 3 hours, I wake up that early and try to cover that. Because I realized that often once you come back from office, you don't have that level of motivation to study. So that's why I tried to do it in the morning. But whatever was left over, obviously I tried to like come back and do it also. And that's why I kept weekends for specifically for mocks, because that gave me a full day to actually give a mock and analyze it fully. The only mantra, or like, I know it's general gyan, but it is about trusting the process. See, if you have reached a stage where you are scoring a good percentile, right? Even if you have, like, I had 2 weeks where I had like 4 consistently bad mocks. And that is obviously very demotivating. But you have to look at it from the lens that if I have done well in 5 mocks before this, there is no way my preparation that I have done has led me to a failure now. Like I am never going downhill. So trust that process, that effort will compound, and gradually you'll see those results. And honestly, sometimes a bad mock can do more for your CAT preparation than a good mock. Because when you do a bad mock, you have to go and analyze a lot more things. Maybe you learn a lot more things from that. So the only motivation was, thank God this is wrong today and not on the actual CAT paper.